Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday are the only days I had to trade this week to make $3,000. My gold trade alone had me closing with over $1,500. That is a single trade. All right, so Monday, I gave the inner circle a buying limit. Nope, it did not trigger. But that's a classic Monday. You need to understand that sometimes patience is key. You have to wait for the right setups or else you end up only throwing money at the screen. Then Tuesday, that was a different story. This US30 trade was a great catch at the open of the NYSE session. It simply shot up. You can see right here, we crashed this trade. And then guess what? That NASDAQ buying limit, it was triggered and shot straight to our first take profit. But then let's rewind a little bit to Wednesday because things got really interesting. Okay guys, check this out. We are looking at US30 today, and I have 2 points of confluence here, a break of a trend line and also a support area. Right now, let's talk about the support area for a moment. We can see that it's acting as a magnet for buyers. A lot of traders are looking at this position and they're thinking it is the best time to buy. Everyone is thinking that's it. The price is going to bounce off of this support area and we're going to be killing the market. That's literally how everyone is thinking, looking at this US30 trade right now. But what if it's a trap? Now, I dropped this in my free signal group also. I've asked them, does US30 really want to go up or it's actually trapping us? So my question here is, what if we, the buyers, right, are stopped out and the price just keeps falling, right? Because US30 has been falling for quite some time, as you can see. So I think it might be a trap, really. But then the thing is, how do we differentiate between an A+ setup and just a different regular setup? Because traders are going to trade at the end of the day, right? I need to find a trade for today. And I have a lot of questions when it comes to this setup. So that's already not an A+ setup. So I am torn, right? On one hand, we have this strong support level. And then on the other hand, we have this trend line break suggesting a potential movement to the upside. And then, the trend line break is the only thing that is telling me that the market might push up to the top. But the support area is telling me that the market makers are looking at this level and are thinking that since all the retail traders are going to be buying here, then they're going to drop the market. And here is the thing, right? What I'm thinking, given the overall uptrend on the major time frames, I am leaning towards a long position. However, I'm going to tell the inner circle to buy, but to keep their risk extremely low on this trade. We don't want to get caught up in a potential trap. So we're going to buy US30 today, just not risking a lot. I'm going to enter one trade, only one trade, and then that's it. I can't risk anything more than this because the trade is already shaky and it might end up going against us. So whenever you have a trade that you're not so confident in, you always want to risk less on that trade instead of just taking the trade. You either leave the trade or you risk less. Now, at the same time, let's look at this. Gold has been consolidating at this resistance level for a while now, and it looks like it's finally ready to break out and make a move. I think, a lot of traders are getting excited here. Those that will be, ready to sell at the rejection and those that won't be patient with the breakout. But as for me, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to chase the breakout. I'm going to wait for a confirmation. I want to see real buying strength at this level. I'm eyeing this level right over here. A retest. If I see a breakout in the next 2 hours or so, then we're going to dive into the trade. So right now we're just in the US30 trade. Let's see how gold plays out in the next 2 hours or so. Okay guys, so a few hours go by and guess what? Gold comes into my point of interest. It broke straight through that resistance and I could literally hear the screams of all of those traders that went short at that level. Then that's how you do it, right? You let the market tell you the story. You always have to wait for a confirmation before you pounce into any trade. So I entered my position right at the zone that I was marking, and let me tell you, gold started to fly right up to the top. It just kept going up with a little retracements here and there, but I had already shared this signal in the free signal group. And guess what? Right after the NFP report on Friday, it continued to soar right up to the top. It continued to soar and we eventually took it out right at our take profit level that we wanted. And then everything comes and starts getting interesting again. Now remember, we are also in a US30 trade. Remember the one we were talking about earlier, the one with the 2 confluence points. Yes, that one. Well, let's just say it didn't go according to the plan. Yes, it retested the trend line. It did shoot up a little bit to the top. We had 90 pips, that was TP1, but we couldn't exit this trade because we were only risking less. I had only one position running. So even if it hits TP1, I still have to be in the trade because I only have one position. Now, to say the least, it got rejected off of this level and it hit our stop loss. But that's the thing with trading, guys. You cannot win them all, and sometimes even the best setups don't just work out. In overall, this week was a great one. I absolutely love that trade on gold because I had it shared with every single one of you guys in the free group. I really liked the first US30 trade. That was a quick, nice one. Also the NASDAQ trade, it was in and out, and we were done on Tuesday. So that was 3 winning trades and 1 losing trade, which is absolutely fantastic. When it comes to trading, that's actually a great job. So the week was very fun. Remember, that's what makes trading so exciting. You never know what is going to happen next. Speaking of which, we had to close off the week with the NASDAQ down 1.4% here. US30 was also down 1.3 right after the NFP report. That came out pretty good compared to what they forecasted. But before we dive too deep into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We trade the NASDAQ over here. If you're returning, welcome back. You already know what's up. Don't forget to hit that like button, turn on your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel. And let's just take a quick look on the NASDAQ, guys. As you can see, we have a bit of a pullback here recently. Now, as a technical trader, right, I focus on price action and chart patterns most of the time. However, it is very important to acknowledge the broader market context. We have seen a significant drop in the stock market for this year, and that is driven by a lot of combining factors. But what is surprising is the NFP report came out pretty good, right? But the NASDAQ, US30, and all of these stock markets have been selling. So with all of this happening in the stock market, it might lead to a bit of an over-evaluation in certain sectors when it comes to fundamental analysis. Now, this isn't to say the market is doomed or, the stock market is going to start dropping. No, I'm not saying that. But we might see a period of consolidation where the market is trying to absorb these recent gains. And this is when, those fundamental traders, fundamental analysis comes into play. We also have the US president that will be inaugurated in a few days. And remember how we had the market reacting during the time of elections. We might expect a little bit of something, that looks like that for the next few days or the next few weeks. You never know. While I really rely on technical analysis to spot opportunities in the market, being aware of this and understanding, a broader economic perspective is going to make me to make wiser and informed trading decisions when it comes to trading for this next week. So what we're having on the NASDAQ right now, minus the 2 trend lines that I have, and obviously this, support area, it might suggest a potential change in the market trend or a short-term probability of the continuation of this little retracement that we might be having. Right? Probably what we might see here, something like a consolidation, or, since the market is already resting at this level on the trend line, it's not going to be just an easy, obvious trade like that, because remember, we have a lot of eyes that are also looking at this NASDAQ trade. Okay, so let's talk deep into this, right? On the daily time frame, I am closely watching this key level where I'm expecting to see, interesting price action. If the market shows a strong buying pressure here, a decisive break back into this level with good volume, that is going to be my cue to zoom into the trade. But now for this week, I am really going to be trading on the 30-minute time frame. Why? Because I don't want to hold no positions overnight. I want to go in and out of the market during the New York session. I am really looking to capitalize on intraday moves for this particular week. And this is mainly because of the many reasons we've just been talking about. So specifically during the active New York session, preferably the NYSE session, I want to be storming into the trades and right out of them. More like get in, get a good trade, then I'm out. We wait for tomorrow, we do that exact thing again. So we do have news on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for this current week. We don't have news on Monday. We also don't have news on Friday. So on the 30-minute chart, if I see strong price action at this key level, I will be looking to ride the momentum. I would like to see the market close this gap that it formed on Friday and continue its upward move. However, if the price action at this level is weak, if the buyers aren't stepping in decisively, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be really patient. I'm not going to force a trade. In fact, looking at the 4-hour time frame, it's starting to resemble a fake breakout. We saw last week something like that on US30. Remember that trade that we ended up losing? it almost looks exactly the same as that. So I'm going to be extra cautious here, and I need to see clear signs of strength before I even consider entering a trade. Remember, my goal is to maximize profits while we minimize risk. But I'm not going to chase the trades. I'm going to wait, for the right opportunity, and then we strike as soon as it comes. So there you have it, guys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button, turn on your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel. You feel me? With that, it's been Tino, and I'll see you in the next lit video. Peace.
Got tired of you, shit, you almost threw my line. Long say,